Suspect shocked after police discover his evil plan. I didn't watch this one, right? No.
Sheriff's Department!
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Got some search warrants for your property here. We need to come in and talk to you, all right?
On a pretty day in June of 2023, 17-year-old Valerie Tyndall got up and headed to work. She was part of a lawn mowing crew, and it was a perfect day to earn some money and catch some rays on the day that would never see temperatures rise out of the 70s. It should have been a perfect day, except that her boss said that she never arrived and she never came home that evening or ever again. What happened to young Valerie
Guys, did she die?
Tyndall on that fateful day? What kind of web of lies would have to be unraveled before justice could be served?
Don't spoil it. I'm sorry.
You're here today because Valerie Tyndall, who's been missing or run away since June 7th.
She got out of the car and got in with another guy.
That was the last time you seen her?
Yes. And she,
That's always what they do, man. They're so. It's so funny that the common alibis that they come up with. I don't know. Some random guy just happened to see her with this dude. He's just a mystery. He just poofed out of the mist, wearing all black. I couldn't see anything, even though it was broad daylight. I couldn't see anything, and he just drove off. I don't know.
she was pissed because the boy dumped her. She talked him into taking her back, just so she could dump him.
Oh, ex-boyfriend.
What happened to Valerie?
Valerie got carried away. He was going to tell everybody that I was making moves on her. Things got out of hand.
You think he's evil? Nah.
Before we begin,
Don't judge a book by its cover, chat. Just because he's getting interviewed in a murder case and it says after police discover his evil plan, it could be anybody.
we would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and loved ones of Valerie Tyndall, a young woman taken just as her life was beginning to blossom. Arlington, Indiana is a small community just outside of Rushville, Indiana. Home to just over 400 people, it's the kind of place where, if you're a teenager, you're looking for a way out. In the case of Valerie Tyndall, she was one of those
Thank you,
kids.
all the cute.
She struggled with schoolwork up until the last couple of years, but things had recently clicked, and she had turned her grades around, reflecting the bright young person that she was. She was the middle of 3 children in her family, and she was ready to get out on her own and make her own way in the world. And then, June 7th, she just disappeared. She just told her family that she was headed to a mowing job, climbed into her green Honda Accord, and off she went. When she didn't come home that evening and she didn't answer calls to her phone, her mother, Sheena Sandifer, got worried. Calling around, she found out that none of the young woman's friends knew where she was, and her boss, Patrick Scott, said that she had never turned up for work that day. The next morning, Sheena called the Rush County Sheriff's Office reporting her daughter as missing and asking if an Amber Alert could be issued. The Indiana State Police would not issue an Amber Alert at that time because the case did not meet the strict requirements to do so. Rush County Sheriff's Officer Major Joshua Brinson did immediately start an investigation into her disappearance.
What a weird-ass picture of this guy. Hey, yo, you got any other pictures? I don't know why I find this funny. This is the most random picture.
Local officers were put on alert, and traffic cameras throughout the area were checked for any signs of the young woman or her car. They also canvassed the community, checking in with her friends and co-workers, but to no avail. On Saturday, June the 10th, with no sight or sign of Valerie anywhere, the state police did put out a silver alert statewide for the missing girl.
Rush County Sheriff's Department is asking for your help finding a missing 17-year-old. This is Valerie Tyndall. She is missing from Arlington, Indiana. She was last seen around noon on Wednesday. The Sheriff's Department says she is believed to be in extreme danger.
In the coming days, her Honda Accord would turn up, backed into a parking space at an apartment complex. The license plate had been removed. Perhaps she was hiding out with some friends who lived there. As police had discovered, there had been some disagreements at home between her and her parents.
Thank you, Aries, for the 8 months. Subtitles.
According to some friends and neighbors they had spoken with, there was one potential connection.
I don't know that why you'd remove your license plate just to like get away from your family. That seems kind of weird.
That the police made, and they had to see if they could find any clues that might bring them closer to finding the young woman. They called in her boss, Patrick Scott.
I was about to say, it is her boss, right? Like, I assumed, because the picture of the boss from the beginning didn't really look like this guy, but yeah, it is her boss.
Who happened to have a contract mowing lawns at that apartment
Thank you, Scarlett, for the 5 months.
Complex as well. Patrick came in to speak with the officers. He'd already given a story that Valerie had not shown up for work that day. Now, on June the 26th, over 2 weeks later, he was ready to admit that he had misled investigators.
Wait, let me run that back again. What?
He'd already given a story that Valerie had not shown up for work that day. Now, on June the 26th, over 2 weeks later, he was ready to...
So you basically just like weren't even a suspect at this point. Like he basically just told on himself at this point. Wait, you're telling me that yeah, it's probably his guilty conscience. But I'm just surprised. You know, normally they don't. I mean, I guess he's not technically confessing to the crime. He's just confessing that he didn't tell the truth, which is basically the equivalent of confessing to the crime.
Admit that he had misled investigators.
All right, Patrick, so you're here today because of Valerie Tyndall, who's been missing or run away since June 7th, which was a Wednesday of this, right?
Right.
Now, you know Valerie because a couple different ways here. One, she's your neighbor, right?
Right.
She lives there kind of like in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. And she also works for you, right? In the
Right.
summer, to help mow grass and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Part-time, okay. And when she does that grass, when she does mow grass for you and works with you, is she usually with you? Do you drive her from job to job?
Yes.
So you guys are always together?
Yes.
Okay. So there's never a time where you have her meet you at a job?
Little bit weird. Apathetic Echo, thank you so much for the tier 1.
Just once.
Just once?
Oh, already watching stuff. I just got here. Expected the mandatory 20 minutes of yapping. Yeah, we're not doing yapping anymore, chat. We're just watching.
Once.
How long ago was that? Before June? Before she ran away?
Yeah.
Before she left? Okay.
Yeah. Right after, shortly after school let out.
All right. Okay. So I spoke to you at your
Thank you,
house
Midori.
on about, I think it was Saturday, June 10th. I saw you outside. Do you remember me stopping by?
Yes.
Okay. And I asked you that day when you saw Valerie last, right?
Right.
And you remember what you told me?
Tuesday.
Told me Tuesday before Wednesday, the Wednesday before she'd gone, right?
Right.
And that's not true, is it?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Valerie?
Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday afternoon. Where did you meet up with her at?
South High Gardens.
South High Gardens in Shelbyville.
Yes.
Okay. And what were you driving at that point?
I had my truck and the car both.
You had the truck and the car, both at
South High.
South High.
Right.
So the what did you drive there that day?
The truck.
With your trailer too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's like, just like he practiced this shit. Like he practiced for the test. He's been studying for the test. And he thinks he's passing right now.
How did the car get there?
I had moved it there like the day before, 2 days before.
Why did you do that?
Because she was going to take off.
So you're gonna give her a car to use?
No. No, I'm just going to give her a ride.
Okay, so she called you on Tuesday?
No, she told me a couple days before she was going to leave.
Okay. So she had
I didn't think she'd go through with it, but she did.
Okay. So she planned this with you?
Well, she planned it. I just
You went along. You just went along?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was certainly a new wrinkle. Had the young woman been planning to leave, perhaps with a boyfriend?
So you were already there were you there mowing when she showed up on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, so you're at South High Gardens mowing grass.
Yes.
And she shows up in her car, her green Honda Accord.
Right.
Okay. Then I take it you stopped mowing.
Well, I was already done.
You're done, okay. And you met up with her, right?
Right.
And what, she got in the Ford Taurus with you?
Right.
And you guys left South High Gardens?
Right.
And left her car there?
Yes.
Along with your truck and trailer?
Yes.
Okay. From there, you came back to Rush County, is that right?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is like, Were you here? Yes. Did you go here? Yes. Were you here? Yes.
Right?
It's like we're rapid fire questioning. Like this doesn't feel like a. I mean, I know it is. It is technically an interrogate or like an interrogation or interview. It's just, yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Sergeant. Yes, sir, Sergeant.
Okay. And on your way to Rush County, was she on her phone, using her phone?
She texts a lot. She don't talk on it much.
Right. But she was using her phone.
Yeah, she texts all the time.
She's doing something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know them
And
teenagers texting all the time and shit.
Did you know where you was taking her before that day?
Well, I thought we was going back to Rushville, but we stopped in Homer's where we went to.
Okay, so she had you stop in Homer.
Yes.
Okay. And what happened in Homer?
She got out of the car and got in with another guy.
Okay. What kind of car did she get in?
They just kind of a pale blue car is all I know.
Pale blue.
Right. Model, I can't tell you, I don't know.
So you say pale blue, that mean it was dark? Or bright? Light?
No, not dark. It would be, I guess kind of in here, like maybe a little darker than this right here.
Okay. All right.
That's
So when you dropped her off at Homer, where was that at again?
right where the old garage used to be on 44.
Is this your wallet? Yes. Is this your ID? Yes. Okay, take your wallet. That's not my wallet. Yeah, that's what it feels. That's what it feels like is happening right here. It doesn't feel like an interrogation. Just rapid fire yes and no questions.
The old garage used to be on 44. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? That
Yeah.
pole barn, just right at the end of that drive. We come off, pull right up there.
Okay. So on the east side. That's on the east side, right?
Yes.
So she got out there. Did she take her phone?
Yes.
Okay. And she got in this pale blue car with this guy.
Yes.
What does this guy look like?
I have no idea. I didn't see him.
There it is. Didn't see him. Was he wearing all black? Did he have a Barney costume on? Did he have a onesie?
Okay.
Couldn't see his face. It's covered. Couldn't see anything.
Was he by himself?
Yes.
And then from there, when you dropped her off, where did you go?
I went back to the house.
Went back to the house. Your house.
My house.
In Arlington.
Yes.
Okay. That was the last time you seen her?
When I dropped her off, yes.
That's the last time you talked to her?
That was the last time I talked to her.
Okay.
Yes.
After the officer let Patrick know that they found Valerie's car, Patrick admits that he moved it to a second location to make sure that it would be safe until she needed it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense that you just you drop someone off and then drop off their car in just a completely different location that has nothing to do with they don't know where it's at or anything. Are you romantic and or sexually attracted to Barney? No, I just believe in his political. I align with his political beliefs.
He said he did
Like I said, Barney will save the gas prices.
not remove the license plate, though.
Now, I'm just going to kind of be honest with you here for a minute, Patrick, okay? So, her phone
He can get it, though.
Which way did you say the blue car went on that day when you dropped her off?
What do you think he was gooning for 4 hours on? Yeah, it was just straight Barney. Just a picture of Barney for 4 hours. Edging for 4 hours. It's a pretty solid edge streak, though.
Which way what?
The blue car, the day you dropped her off on Wednesday. Which way did you
Barney would be a libertarian.
Turned like it was going out 44 toward Rushville.
Okay. Did you actually see it turn left or right on 44?
No, because that's the way it kind of was angled, and I turned and I just went right on up the pike.
Okay. Did you ever notice it following you, being behind you for any reason?
No.
Okay. So, we know, just from you telling me right now and confirming with other things that we know, I know where her phone was at during that time before it was shut off.
Right.
And it was shut off closer to Arlington, not home. Okay.
Right.
All right. And she actually sent a message just before she shut it off, and that put her closer to Arlington. Okay.
She sent a message?
Yeah. So it's very important right now that you tell me the truth that she wasn't with you at that point.
No, she wasn't with me.
Okay. Because here's the deal. I mean, if you're helping her,
no.
if you have been helping her, this is the time to stop and now tell us where she's at.
No, I have not helped her. But if she would have showed up at a job site asking for money, I would have given it to her.
Did you do that?
I would have. I haven't.
Okay.
So the cop thinks that he's helping her like run away instead of like suspecting him of him being the one that is why she's missing. That's kind of strange, don't you think? I don't know. I feel like that's not the first thing that would come into my head is that, yes, this old man is helping her escape from her family or disappear or something like that. Could be cooking. I mean, yeah, maybe he's baiting him with that. Maybe he's like baiting him, making him, like, you know, not scaring him with the murder thing and just being like, oh, you're just helping her, right?
Because I know she's got to be out of money. She got in the truck one morning a couple weeks ago, and she was pissed. I knew she was when she got in the truck because of the way that she was texting. I mean, she was violently texting. She then said, I asked her, I said, are you mad? And she was pissed because the boy dumped her. She talked him into taking her back, just so she could dump him a week later. Then he showed up at their house, I want to say Monday before she disappeared, and got his stuff.
So she discussed this with
I feel like that's weird that you know all this.
you about her wanting to leave.
Yeah, she's been discussing it for a long time.
And did she discuss it prior to Wednesday, within a couple of days before Wednesday, about this idea of what she was wanting to do?
I'll tell you the truth, I thought she was leaving Saturday night, because she said she was leaving Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
All he has to do is ask why he did it. Works every time. That is true. That is a classic interrogation tactic that does work 100% of the time. Just constantly say, why did you do it? Why did you do it? Do what? Why did you do it? You don't even have to explain what it is. Just keep asking that over and over.
Now the authorities
It's like whenever you're trying to break down someone's like psyche, right? And you're like you're trying to therapy someone, right? You don't have to do all this fancy work. Just go up to them and just say, "Hey, it's not your fault," right? And just keep repeating that over and over. Or just go up to them and say, you didn't deserve that. That's all you got to just repeat that. You didn't deserve that. You know, they know what you're talking about. You don't. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about, but they do.
were in a quandary. Had Valerie left with someone that none of her family or friends knew about? Had she been keeping a secret relationship, one that she would be willing to give up her college plans for? Could Patrick, who once told officers that she had never shown up for work and that he hadn't seen her on the day of disappearance, be trusted? Just in the intervening 2 weeks, Patrick had mowed at that apartment but chose not to tell police that the car was hidden there. The officer decides that this might be a good time to apply some pressure to Patrick and perhaps any ruse that Valerie might have been perpetrating.
So you have no idea where this girl's at?
No, I have none whatsoever.
Thank you, Sam is in the woods.
God, I don't know where
It
she
is hard to believe you on that.
I know.
For the mere fact.
I know.
You lied to us from the very beginning.
I know. But I do not know where she's at. I really don't.
We probably could have found her we probably could have found her. Right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably could have found her a lot easier, a lot quicker.
The officer then asks Patrick to try calling all of the numbers he had for Valerie in his phone. Perhaps, if she sees the call is from him, she'll answer. One of the numbers had been
Watch, he calls, and then his pants start ringing. Like, wait a second. What's going Case closed. Book him, copper. Dude, that would be amazing if that happened. Getting on his knees, freaky. Yeah, he gets on his knees, calls it, his pants start ringing. Whoa, what's going on? I swear, here's something.
assigned to another person. Another announced that it had been disconnected, and the final said that she was not taking calls at this time. The sheriff's department, by this time, had already gotten a search warrant to T-Mobile for Valerie's cell phone location pings. They knew that while it did show that the phone was taken to a nearby town, as Patrick had said, there was something fishy about how it moved afterwards. If she had left with the boy, as Patrick had said, the last pings on the phone would have been headed out and away from her hometown. Instead, the cell phone towers indicated that she had moved back to Arlington, where both she and Patrick lived.
So do you understand? Like, here's a scenario that rolls out in my head. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I think you and her talked a lot. I don't think she got along with her parents very well, and I think you know that too.
Thank you, Killy Pill Colt, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right? And I think that I think she wants to leave, okay? I think she wants to leave her mom and dad's, and I think you know that as well. And that's what she's always implied, right? She was leaving. She always says she's leaving, right?
Right.
And the scenario that plays out in my head is that you were willing to try to help her somehow, which obviously you did. I mean, semi-helped her a little bit, just from what you told me.
I wouldn't really say he helped her.
Now, I think it's further than that. I think you helped her more than what you're telling me. That's just how...
I didn't. I haven't.
Just how it looks. It's how it looks. It's how it feels. Everything kind of shows that. It just seems weird to me, that you didn't want this young girl to be found right away. If you did, you would have told us right away when we talked to her, or when we talked to you. Or you would have said something on Wednesday. I think you knew on Wednesday that she was missing, right? You knew Wednesday something was wrong, right?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that in your text messages that let me find it here real quick.
All right. Okay. All right.
I mean, I noticed that on Wednesday,
Okay.
you said,
I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was funny that like just leaving in the scrolling for the text message with like the creepy background music.
she told
And then you said, "Durr." Just give me a second. This is where it gets good. This is where it gets. Just give me 1 second. This is where it gets good.
she's going to be there soon. You remember that?
No, but
It said, I'll be there soon. Okay? And at 5:40 p.m., you asked her where she was. You said, hey, where are you? Okay? Why did you ask that?
I wanted to find out where she was at.
Did you?
Thank you,
Had
Shadow.
you talked to her parents already before
Ongoing.
this message?
No.
When
For
did
the
you talk to
16
her
months?
parents? Exactly. I know you did at some point.
6:30? 7 o'clock?
On Wednesday?
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, her parents talked to you.
Yeah, her mom.
Her mom did.
Yeah.
And told you that she was at home. What did she tell you?
Wanted to know if she was still working.
And what did you tell her?
Said no, she didn't work today.
Okay. But you didn't want to tell her that you saw her.
Thank you,
though,
MJ
right?
Snow.
Why not?
She said she wanted to go.
She says she wanted to go, so you're helping. You're trying to help her. Don't want to dime her out, right?
Right.
Okay. What makes me believe? What can you do to make me believe that you're still not trying to not dime her out right now?
I'm not trying to get her in trouble. I don't want to get her in trouble. I mean, I could have got her in a lot of trouble with her dad, but I didn't want to.
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty mean with her.
Okay. So you see the scenario in my head is that you're this nice guy. You're kind of like a father figure to her, probably. She probably looks up to you a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Maybe she does. And you're trying to help her. Okay. So the best way you can help her right now is if you know exactly where she's at, is to tell me where she's at.
I do not know. I swear to
Or
God.
any idea at all.
Nope. Nope. I thought she went to Illinois. I really did. I thought she took off that boy to Illinois.
Yeah, such a great
And the last time you saw her, talked to her, was that day, June 7th, when you dropped her off at Homer.
Wednesday, yeah.
So if we go back and look around and we find that this, what if we go back, what if we have a camera right there we can look at and we don't see that being true? How would you answer to that?
How is it what?
I said, what if we go back and find a camera right there in the area? What if someone had a ring camera or something like that, or had surveillance footage, and we go back and we look at it, and that's not true. There's no blue car there that you dropped her off at. Because I'm sure
That's where I dropped her off.
I'm sure there's plenty of surveillance there. I'm sure we could probably look at.
What is it?
There's probably plenty of surveillance in that neighborhood we can
Oh,
probably look
probably.
at. Okay, now I'm sure that that's probably what's going to happen. Okay, and so if we do see that, if we do find that surveillance and we see it, and this doesn't come back to being what it is that you're telling me, okay, now you prolong this longer.
Right.
Is this going to help you or is it going to hurt you?
It's not going to hurt me.
Well, it would if you're not telling me the truth.
Right.
So that's what I'm asking you. Before we do all that, you're
Thanks for the
telling me
kind words,
truth. You
MJ
dropped her
Snow.
off
Yes.
in Homer
Yes.
on June 7th.
Yes. Haven't seen her, heard from her since. And I swear to God, I thought by now she would have showed up somewhere asking for money.
Patrick had given them a lot of information to work with and some leads to follow up on. They let him go and get back to his life and continue the search. Over the next month, those leads
That door is hot today.
would turn up little to no information. Could Patrick have been lying to them again? The lie he told before couldn't be washed away, and now the somewhat shaky story he had given was looking even more flimsy. They could make the case for providing
Is he going to come back and have a different story this time?
false information to police during an investigation. A decision was made to apply that bit of pressure and not just squeeze Patrick a little bit more, but use it to obtain search warrants for the man and his properties.
I have some search warrants to execute today for you, okay?
Okay.
So, run through them real quick. What search warrants we got? I've got 3 search warrants to execute, okay?
Okay.
So one search warrant's gonna be for 2 swabs
Found out today that my 15-year-old sister watches you. Everyone who watches me is 30 years or older. So that's impossible.
of the inside of your mouth, okay?
No one in chat is younger than me.
I'll explain them to you and then I'll read them all to you
Okay.
individually, okay? So the first one that we'll do is for the swabs of your mouth. The second search warrant is for the address.
Okay.
Man, everyone in chat lying about their age. Disappointing.
For the property, okay? And the third search warrant is for
Okay.
That's what the 3 search warrants are for. I will read them to you and then I'll sign them when we execute them, okay?
The search of the 2 properties, located just a few houses apart from each other, would turn up nothing. Patrick was out on bond and he had become a dead end. In addition, while an old boyfriend of Valerie's told police that he talked to her days before her disappearance, he had not seen or heard anything since. He did corroborate Patrick's story that she had been talking about running away.
I don't get it. Would there not be like, if this so-called ex-boyfriend or boyfriend or whoever, this mystical creature exists, would there not be like text messages with him? Like, would there not be like, they got her phone, right? Would there not be text messages with this, if this, which he doesn't exist, first of all, but like, I don't know. They're throwing him out. Like, he should be suspect number 1. Like everything is pointing to the fact that it's him in every way.
There had been a moment where investigators and family members thought a glimmer of hope could be found when Valerie's Instagram account went live for just a few minutes. Investigators, however, quickly learned that it had been her younger sister logging into the account in hopes of providing some kind of an update or finding some kind of connection. It was just another dead end along a path.
God, that's so sad, dude. Oh, that's so sad. Her little sister's just trying to help, man. Oh.
Update or finding some kind of connection. It was just another dead end along a path that was running out of opportunities.
That's so
Tips
sad.
and potential sightings would dribble in over the next coming months, some from as far away as Chicago, but each would be ruled out in turn. For all intents and purposes, Valerie had vanished, whether by her own design or from something more sinister. There was one last possibility, and that was a piece of land that featured a deep pond on it, a piece of land that wasn't that far from Patrick's properties. On October the 11th of 2023, when teams of cadaver and rescue dogs were used to search the area in hopes of finding any signs of the young woman, it was late in the day when the cadaver dogs caught the scent of a dead body. It was indistinct and seemed to be coming from the pond. Divers were sent in and sonar scans were performed, but no body was found. The next day, however, detectives looked over aerial scans of the area searched. They noticed a patch of disturbed ground right behind a shed on Patrick's second property. The cadaver dog handlers had suggested that the water within the pond could have carried the scent of a dead body from someplace nearby. Could they have found the final resting place of Valerie Tyndall? It would take a month to get all the proper warrants, search teams.
Why did you take so long to go there? Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. I mean, I guess I'm biased because, you know, I already know. And, but like the fact, did they not get a search warrant for his properties? I thought that's what they were trying to do, is get a search warrant for their properties. I feel like that would be the first place to look. You would think.
And assistance from the FBI together. On November 28th, They would descend upon the property while another officer would head to arrest Patrick, at first under charges of concealing evidence.
God, what is the high-pitched sound, bro? It's hurting my ears.
This is running. Yep.
Cicadas? Oh, good point. Maybe. No, I don't know. It's definitely the microphone on it. It's like boosting the high frequencies for some reason. It's like even them walking on gravel is like piercing.
Sheriff's Department! Just chill. Just chill. We're not gonna knock it. Just chill.
Pig discovers cicadas live on stream. Yeah, it's not like my parents' house was literally swarmed with cicadas. Like literally their trees didn't even, you couldn't even see the bark. Their trees were literally just cicadas only. Like, and it was so fucking loud. What the fuck?
Walkie slide.
Just BC, I've consumed a solid 40 plus hours of your videos over the past week and it's payday. PS, you are one of the first YouTubers I've binged that my wife actually enjoyed secondhand listening to. Love to you and yours plus chat.
What the fuck, dude? $50? First time chatter coming in saying all this nice shit and then $50? What the fuck? Thank you so much. Thank you. That is so nice. Way too nice. I don't deserve that. But thank you so much.
Take it in. We'll come to it.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Hey, Patrick. Hi, guys. What's going on, Patrick?
Okay, I'm confused. How long has it been? His hair is short. How long has it been? See, I thought this was before the interrogation. I thought he just shaved his head and beard before the interrogation. At least a week? Bro, that is not a week's worth of hair. Like, this would take months. Like 3 months. So it's been that long? It's been that long? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
You all right? Okay, let's go on in.
Back at the Sheriff's Department, it's time for Patrick to offer up his fourth story to police.
Dude, is this his Joker moment right now? Look at this.
Detective Meek, having been down this road before with Patrick.
Yeah, it was me. And I wanted you to know. Thank you, Alex and Nader, for the 16 months.
Patrick decides to encourage the man to just come clean.
I think deep down you love Valerie, and I know you love your family, okay? So I decided that when I come in that door just now, that I'm gonna give you an opportunity to explain the why, okay? Because we have her in the box, okay? Wrapped up multiple times, taped up in the box of the OSB and the 2x4s that you bought, next to the box that we talked to you earlier about that had the videos in it.
Had
Okay?
what?
Had the videos in it.
What? Ew.
We got her in the box next. So you know we have found her. And I don't
He buried her next to his porn collection? What the fuck? Ew.
want to bluff you on that. I want you to know that. And as you're sitting there tearing up wanting to cry, all right? So, I'm going to read you your rights. This is the opportunity for you to explain the why. At your residence, we have you, Linda, and Elizabeth are the 3 adults that live on that property. Okay? Own the properties. Let me rephrase that. Because it's at that storage shed. It's not the house. So you, Elizabeth, and Linda.
Dude, the fact, I'm still blown away that it took so long to figure out that it was him. Dude, how did they not get enough to have a search warrant of his property? Like, it was obvious he was hiding something. Like, it was so blatantly obvious he was hiding something. And he buried her on his own fucking property. On his own property. Like, I don't know. That's...
Linda live there. You are the 3 that have access to that property. okay? You are the three that have the potential to bury Valerie Tyndall. Patrick, today's the day. The family deserves this closure, and you deserve this closure. You hear me? You deserve this closure because this has ate at you. We can tell that every time we talked, all right? So I'm going to advise you of your rights, and I'm going to ask you one question, okay? Explain to me what happened to Valerie, and explain the why. Because we deserve it, and everybody else deserves it as well.
Okay, and I got a question for you before we go any further. Why did they pick up Linda?
We're going to talk to her too. She lives on the property. We're going to talk to Linda as well. Because here's the deal, Patrick. How do we know what happened to her? You both live on the property. So we have to talk to everybody on the property. Does that make sense? But I'm giving you the opportunity to explain to me.
They don't know nothing.
Okay. Well, this is your opportunity to explain it to me. And this is, does that make sense in an investigation? 3 people on the property, right?
Well, they don't ever go down there.
Okay. But that's,
Yeah, but how do they know that?
That's 3 people on the property. It's registered to your daughter.
Yeah, I know. I bought it and given it to her.
Okay. So that's
Man,
why
that's so fucked. And he buried her on his daughter's
I want to
property.
give you the why today, Patrick. Here's the deal. We've got it. Okay? Now I want you to think that right now is a moment of the compassion. And you're going to have to find it, but it's there. And you should care about it. Okay?
The detective reads Patrick his rights and gives him an opportunity to explain what happened.
Are you want to talk to me?
Well, I do. I mean,
What happened to Valerie?
Valerie got carried away.
Doing what?
Let me guess. Valerie got carried away. Oh, dude, she was punching me. She was fighting me. She got a knife. She got 3 knives. She started spinning them around, had a butterfly knife, was doing all those fucking moves, man. Like, what am I supposed to do? I had to kill her. She was doing them butterfly knife moves, man. Who knows what she would have done? Shut the fuck up. Shut up, you dumb bitch. I hate this dumb shit that they do. It was self-defense. She's just too strong. I couldn't stop her.
Huh?
Doing what?
Doing what?
Mm-hmm. Just lay it out to me. Lay it out to me. What happened to her?
She tried to blackmail me into buying her a car.
So you killed her? So you killed her because she wanted you to buy a car?
Okay. And what happened?
She thought she was going to seduce me and it wasn't going to happen.
Okay, Patrick, my guy. My guy, like, come on, man. Do you not see what you look like? Sure, buddy. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead and believe that, man. All right. I'm sure everyone believes that as well. I'm sure you're going to convince everyone that Valerie couldn't keep her hands off you. You fucking piece of
got
shit.
carried away.
Well, explain that to me. What's that mean? Does Linda know about it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
It's your chance to tell me what happened.
She tried to seduce me and I wasn't going to have it.
But what happened to Valerie?
Yeah, bro, I'm sure. She tried to seduce you, so you killed her. Yeah. Oh, I fucking hate these people so much, dude. I hate the. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I hate these people so much.
Valerie. That's where you're stopping.
What, I mean,
What'd you do to her?
What'd I do to her?
What'd you do to her? Tell us what you did to her.
Strangled her.
With what?
A belt.
Okay. And then what'd you do with it?
I moved her into the office
Okay. How long was she in there?
till the next day.
Okay. What did?
Wow.
Where's the belt at?
It's gone.
But officer, she looked me in the eyes. She was obviously trying to seduce me. Yeah, I know, right? Fucking.
You left her in the office till the next day. Then what happened?
Then when I got home the next day, I just made that box.
Okay. What about the hole?
The hole was already dug. But it wasn't for that. It was because I was going to throw concrete in it.
What about the other box?
Just put shit in it.
Well, did you build 2 that day?
No, just built one.
So you strangled her. What room were you in when you strangled her?
Right there by my bedroom.
Like in that little entryway? Had you and Valerie?
These ugly ass people have a bit too much self-confidence. It's not self-confidence, it's narcissism. Don't mix up confidence with like confidence doesn't have a negative connotation. You know, people mix up. I feel like that's another reason why a lot of people are afraid to be confident, because they're afraid if they're confident, then that will make it seem like they're egotistical or a narcissist or something like that. But yeah, don't mix up the two. They're completely separate. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Have you been in a sexual relationship?
Never.
Okay. So you said she tried to seduce you for the car. Well, explain to me what happened.
She was wanting to come on to me.
Did she say she was going to get you in trouble, or?
Yeah, she was going to tell everybody that I was making moves on her.
Okay.
I wasn't going to have it.
Okay.
It just, things got out of hand.
Yeah, that makes loads of sense. That clears it up. She wanted you so fucking bad. And it's like, I'm not going to let you do this to me. I'm not going to let this 17-year-old girl overpower me and seduce me. I'm going to kill you.
Where did the belt come from?
It was mine. I had it on.
You had it on? Okay. So explain to me what happened there in that room. Like, how'd you get the belt on her?
I was fighting her off, and I took it and threw it around her.
Why were you guys fighting?
Because she was trying to take her clothes off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure, buddy.
Okay.
I'm sure.
And then you guys got in a fight?
Yeah, kind of a pushing and shoving thing right there.
Okay. And then you took your belt off, and then what happened?
I put it around her neck and I held on to it till she quit.
How long do you hold that? Give me a ballpark how long you held the belt.
On her?
Yeah.
Till she quit moving.
Okay. Did you know she was dead then?
I pretty much figured so.
Okay.
Patrick would say that he had offered to help her out by buying her a cheap car, something under $3,000 or less, and that she could pay him back over time. But she wasn't having any of that, and she demanded a new car. Incredulous of his story, the detective changes his questions to ask Patrick if he had removed the license plate from Valerie's car. The man admitted that he did, and then he took
That makes more sense.
it and the keys and threw them into a river as he drove over a bridge. Detective Meek would then get back to having the man discuss the murder and what he did afterwards.
So you wrapped her in like black, it looks like a trash bag to me, or it's black plastic.
Yeah, whatever I had around her.
What is that? Is that like landscaping stuff, or?
Probably what I used it for.
Okay. And then you taped her. You wrapped her and taped her multiple times.
Okay.
Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Why?
Yeah, what was the reasoning? Like, what was going through your head when you did it? I know why. I'm just asking you.
Just get rid of her.
Okay. Was it the smell?
Not yet.
I mean, was it to prevent the smell? Is that what it was?
I don't know. I just wrapped her up in plastic.
Okay. And then you put her in that box that you built.
Right.
All
And
this
then how did you
allegedly
get-
over a car. Yeah, allegedly over a car, and a 17-year-old was just so, like, ridiculously attracted to this man. I mean, look at him. How could you not?
Get her from, did you carry her over to that box? Or did you build the box, bring it over, put her in it, and then pull the box over? How'd you get the box? How'd you get her from the office to the box?
I drug her.
Okay. Like through your neighbor's yard?
Oh, no. The box, I took it in the house.
Okay. So you took it in the house, and you put her in the box in the house.
Yeah.
And then you screwed it shut?
Huh?
You screwed it shut in the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Then how did you get the box from there to your other property?
Two-wheeler.
Okay, dolly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then did you stick it up
Yeah.
and dolly it across? Okay. And then
Wow.
you did that after the box? Like
No.
you did that like right after?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said the hole was already there. It was a pretty deep hole.
Yeah.
You didn't have to dig any of it?
I already dug a bunch of it.
Okay.
See, I dug all that because I had been looking for the well on the back of the house.
Okay.
Reports from officers on the scene and the FBI said that when they began excavating with hand shovels, it took some time to get down to a rectangular box made from 2x4s and composite boards often used in sheeting for construction. The box was opened. It contained papers and a large number of VHS tapes, but no body. After removing the box, members of the evidence recovery team continued to dig down, hitting a layer of trash and then a layer of unopened Quikrete concrete bags. Once those items were removed, yet another large rectangular
Jesus Christ, did he have a fucking tractor for
wooden
this shit?
box
I mean, I
was
assume he probably has one.
Once it was exposed to air, a stench of decay rose from the box. The box was removed and a canopy erected over it. Within would be found the black plastic-wrapped body of a female.
What was Valerie saying when this was happening? What she was saying to you?
That's what I can remember.
Okay. Was she struggling when you were strangling her?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you saying to her?
I didn't say nothing.
Okay.
I just knew she wasn't gonna blackmail me.
Yeah. So because of the blackmail, was that your intention to kill her? To avoid the blackmail?
She was gonna tell everybody that I had my way with her, and that never happened.
Okay. So then, was that your plan?
I'm sure that's what happened, buddy. Thank you, Levy, for the gifted sub.
If you weren't going to be blackmailed, right?
Right.
So was that the reason? Was that the plan to kill her?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure if that situation happened, you couldn't just be like, hey, you're 17, how about no? And then move on with your day. I don't think killing her would be the only way out.
Well, that just kind of happened.
Okay. Patrick, is there anything I haven't asked you think is important?
No.
I need you to paint the picture for me, so I'm not there, so I need you to paint the picture for me. But I think this had to feel good getting this off your chest, right?
I guess.
You seem like a good guy. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's gotta bother you, right? That you killed Valerie?
Well, I wasn't too crazy about it.
He wasn't too crazy about it. Wow.
Okay.
Patrick Scott, 59 years old, operator of a lawn care business, father and friend of the parents of Valerie Tyndall, would be charged with her murder. He would maintain that he had acted alone and agreed to a plea deal to avoid trial.
No, not a plea deal!
He would be sentenced to 57 years in the Indiana
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter because he'll be dead by then.
State Penitentiary. Valerie's parents would speak with the press just after the announcement that she had been found and that Patrick had been charged.
She used to like to go visit boys she didn't know on the internet. And I tried to get her to stop doing that because it's dangerous. And it didn't work.
Yeah, no fucking wonder she didn't want to be with you guys. You're saying it was because she was talking to boys on the internet? Wait, what? Am I crazy? Did I read that wrong?
She used to like to go visit boys she didn't know on the internet. And
She wanted to go visit these boys on the internet and I tried to get her to stop?
Get her to stop doing that because it's dangerous. And it didn't work.
Bro, you realize it wasn't a dude on the internet, right? It was your neighbor. Dude, no wonder she wanted to run away. Dude, I feel so bad for this girl. Oh my God. What a horrible fucking thing to say. Your daughter's dead, bro. And you're blaming her. You're literally blaming your daughter for getting murdered. Like, what? Bro, wow. I hate everyone. I fucking hate everyone. I hate everyone.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views.